see here.
All outside of the organization should be there.
I'm not sure. You guys can now. Austin can't. Let me see if. Let me message him real quick.
I can hear you.
Hey, Mike can.
Oh, okay.
Matt Austin put in the chat he cannot hear you.
No, I don't think he can. I just shot him a message, so hopefully.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got you now.
Okay, cool. Can anybody hear Matt?
Yep, Lima Charlie.
Oh, that's weird.
Can you guys? Mic check, 1, 2. Can you hear me, Austin? Interesting.
Austin, can
That's
you hear
weird
us?
that everyone can hear you and Austin, but you guys can't hear each other.
Yeah, it's weird. It's gonna be a weird. It's gonna be a weird interview if we're gonna have to do this through chat. It's weird. Hey, we're gonna figure this out. We're gonna persevere here on this process. But I've got thumbs up from everybody here except for Austin, I think. Yeah. Lots of thumbs.
Austin, do you have anything showing up with a volume down or volume too low?
No, I've been looking. Is Matt is on this call, right?
He is.
Okay. Let me switch back and go to audio settings.
Yeah, I messaged him. I private messaged him too.
This is funny. I'm sorry, y'all. I actually hate Zoom, but we'll figure it out. All right.
All right. Let me do one thing.
Matt
I'm gonna jump out and then I'm gonna jump back in.
direct message.
I mean, I can hear you guys perfectly fine.
So I can't.
Well, Matt's going to jump back in.
It's crazy. I can't hear Matt, but am I don't know. There may be like pinned speaker settings or something like that that my Zoom is not wanting to whatever. Let me close this door really quick.
So let me guess, Austin, you're a fan of YouTube.
I do like YouTube sometimes. Yes. Yes.
So while Matt's getting back on there, you mind sharing what the different YouTube plaques there mean for you?
Yes, I'm sorry. First of all, I chatted with Matt a couple weeks ago, and he said I would love for you to come on to the 7 Eagle group and just chat. And I said okay. And then we kind of lost touch. I did some travel, and he was busy as well. And
all right, I'm back in the room. Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you, Matt.
Hey, we can figure out technology.
Yes,
we're good. Austin, it's such an honor and pleasure to have you here. I was actually surprised because I'm actually down here at the Military Influencers Conference this week in Atlanta, and I was looking up your name. I was like, is he going to be here or not?
It's a big commitment. You know, it's like a 3 or 4 day thing, and we have Hybrid Games going on right now, which is a big effort. We're partnered with Border Patrol this year, so we really have to put on a good show. So that's why I have to tap out of the
No, I get it.
I was thinking about bouncing up there as a surprise for a night or so, but yeah, Matt, to be honest, I thought this was a chat between me and you, and I see 151 people in here, but I love it. This is great.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Well, like I said, you know, this academy is all about empowering our next generation of civilian leaders, right? As they start their SkillBridge journey, trying to find meaningful careers after the military. And I wanted to bring you on here because, you know, something that we mentioned before when we were initially talking is, you know, as we transition, sometimes we lose connection with the ability to kind of stay focused and grounded, and then motivated to stay in shape and go out and do the things that we need to do, which helps obviously mind, body, and soul as we do this thing. And I really wanted to, that's kind of the direction I want to go with you. And then I want to open it up to, because you are doing amazing things out there, and inspiring people to get motivated. And I watch your videos all the time, but I digress for a minute. But hopefully everybody, is very familiar with Austen. If you're not, this is Austen Alexander, Navy veteran. So obviously a big heart of mine, served as an MA in the Navy. And now he serves as the founder of Battle Bunker. He's also on social media. He's a social media guru, entrepreneur. And it's just an honor to have you on here to speak to our community.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here. When you presented this opportunity, I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Michael, to answer your question, yeah, we do have YouTube plaques back here. This is the 100. Oh, I thought I heard somebody chatting in there. This is a 100K plaque. This is a 1 million plaque for the middle channel, and this is a 100K plaque for Battle Bunker channel.
Congratulations on that. I mean, that takes a lot of patience to of going through, like, just wondering, like, hey, does anybody actually care about this? And to persevere through that, to see what you're doing through that and what you're doing through some stuff. Because I checked some of your stuff out, because I never heard of you until Seven Eagles said that you were coming on, and really impressed with what I saw, and what you're doing, coming from the Navy, and like having a vision and having the stick-to-itiveness to carry it through. But we've got some other guys on the call here who are starting their journey in YouTube, and so I'm looking forward to what you can share with your motivation. Thanks.
Definitely. So I'll get into the YouTube part in a second, but when I got out, I felt lost too. I felt like I didn't have a direction. I'm like, what am I now? Am I just a YouTube creator? Like, what benefit, what value do I bring to people? And the more I kept creating, the more I found purpose in that, because I would see fellow veterans, fellow military members that would be just watching a video, and they're like, dude, this helped me so much. Thank you. The one tip about push-ups helped me out a ton. And now I'm working on my pull-ups, and my running's getting better. And like, it started from fitness. So I started very obviously small. And what allowed me to build the YouTube channel is me actually enjoying it, the entire process. So any of you in here that are creating on YouTube, you have to enjoy it, and you have to enjoy what you're creating. Never create something that you don't want to create. It's a big thing. If you're just getting into YouTube for money, or for, to promote your other business, and it's probably not going to be the most consistent for you, because you're going to start to dread it. And trust me, because I've been there. I've tried to start other things that I'm not passionate about, tried to start a men's backpack business and a watch company, but at the end of the day, I'm not passionate about it. And that's what has led Battle Bunker to be somewhat successful over the 3 years that it has been running, is me being passionate. I love being in the office every single day. I love seeing our products here. I love seeing, I'll show you guys just a couple of things. There's the warehouse, there's the HybridCon games, posters from our competition. We're working on some retail units for battle vans. I love it all, because when I see a product or a video or whatever, I know it's going to help somebody, and that's what makes me the happiest. So if you can align your mission to when you get out of the military, if you can align yourself with helping others, it's going to help you out so much more. If you're not in a field where you're genuinely helping someone, it could be, helping someone get information through a YouTube video, or helping someone get an insurance policy, or helping someone get a house, chances are you're not going to be fulfilled. And I hope that makes sense. And I hope that's just my valuable tip. And I say that because I've started lots of businesses because I thought, oh, they would make a lot of money, or we could look cool doing this. But if it wasn't actually helping someone, then I wasn't passionate about it. It didn't really last that long.
Austen, you bring up a great subject, right? We talk about passion and finding that passion post-military. What does it mean to us in our journey after the military? Because obviously in the military, we're told what to do, we're told when to show up, you know, and that job kind of, we're not really in full control because there's certain duty stations we have to go to succeed. There's certain things we have to do to succeed in that rate or that MOS. But when we transition, you know, identifying who we are inside may not be the person that we were in the military. May not be the MOS that we were in the military. It's just a chapter of our life. So finding that passion, and a lot of these folks on this call are in that journey right now, trying to find that passion as they exit.
I like to put my environments in blocks. Like when I look at the warehouse now, when I walk in, I feel happy. I feel rejuvenated. When I go to another place, like when I go to the DMV, I don't feel like it's something we got to do, but I don't obviously feel happy there. So I would challenge you guys to take your environment, places that during your transition, places that you are, places that you put yourself, places where your job puts you, and ask yourself, do I really feel fulfilled here? Is this really fulfilling me like I want it to be? And over the years, you know, it takes a little bit, but really analyze yourself and take a step back. You know, when we get out of the military, it feels like we're on a train. We're on a train, and when we get out, it feels like we're going 10 miles an hour. And I explain it like I'm floating. So I assigned myself to a mission. That's when I built the first battle bunker obstacle course. I was out there for 40 days building 9 obstacles. The majority of the days I would just go out there and I would sleep, and I would just be depressed, and I would feel like I didn't belong, and I would feel like I didn't have a mission. But the more I assigned myself to that mission, to hold myself accountable, to be out there at the obstacle course every day, the better I was. So just do some analysis on yourself and really feel what you're feeling, and don't avoid your feelings, and engage with them, and be proactive as to what makes you feel the most fulfilled. I know that was kind of long-winded, and I hope it makes sense, but when we get out, it is a feeling of like floating, like, what the hell am I doing? Who am I serving? Is this helping people? Do I want to do this for the rest of my life? But find an anchor of what really makes you happy and tap into it.
Yeah, I mean, you make excellent points as well, right? And you know, through that journey, and I'm curious about yours as well. At what point in time? Because obviously we have very close connections in the military. It's a very great community to be a part of. That we're always going to be a part of, even after we take the uniform off for the last time. But what, you know, through your journey, you know, exiting the military and stuff like that, who did you rely on the most when it came to trying to send yourself back to where you needed to be to find your ground and find the path that you needed to walk?
That was the problem. I was scared to share what I was feeling with people, and I think that's a lot of veterans feel that number one, they don't feel the need to share because they don't really know what they're feeling. And I didn't know at the time. I just felt kind of lost, and I went head deep in work and YouTube production, which is honestly, compared to the military, it's not really even work. It's, you know, it's never life or death. It's never really super stressful. But I had tons of friends that I could speak to when times got dark. And it wasn't like a, hey man, I need to chat with you, things are bad. It was just a simple tap in. It was like, hey dude, what's up? You know, how's the family? How's the baby? Those little touch points and, you know, time with my girlfriend and my dogs really kept me afloat. So you don't have to go cling to someone, but just bake it into the conversation, share it naturally. Like, yeah, I feel lost. And to be honest, just talking to you helps me out. You know, everybody has a network of 1 to 5, maybe 10 people that they're close with and they can talk to, and use those as little touch points until you find your way and flourish. Because we all flourish. You just got to find an anchor and give it some time.
Now, obviously, you found your place out there. You know, obviously, YouTube and social media, and it's been a great a way for you to get the word out and stuff like that. And I love your passion that you show in each and every one of your videos, even if it's, you know, your pull-up challenges outside of, you know, gyms and stuff like that. But you were talking earlier about the Hyperion Games and this big muscle movement of, you know, that you're putting together and I'm assuming it's an annual event,
Yes.
right? And the signups have already passed when I checked your website to get signed up to potentially participate. So what motivated you, you know, from, you know, the initial videos that you started to then create something like this that is a large project to get motivated to do this?
I don't like feeling like I'm sitting still. I like to always be transforming and putting myself through transformations, and that includes on the fitness side too. I wanted to offer an avenue for others to do the same. HybridCon Games is a 3-day, 15 event competition. We give away $30,000 in cash prizes, and these events are gut-wrenching tough. And we take some of the most elite athletes in the world and we transform them through the HybridCon Games. We have them camp, we have them basically do survival things, and when they come out, after the competition, everybody is just so happy and so relieved that it's over, and they feel transformed. And I love being able to be the person, along with a great team of people, to help facilitate that transformation. And it's been one of my favorite things that we do to this date.
So I think one of the motivations, like I think, you know, when I initially came on is finding balance, finding your center again, to get motivated, to stay active, right? Because I think oftentimes the daunting tasks and the list that we have to do to check out of the military and you know, transition, right, can be overwhelming at times, and sometimes we lose focus on taking care of ourselves. What is one thing that you could say to motivate this group, our service members, to stay engaged in that process and the benefits of it?
The process of taking care of yourself. Okay, for me, I read a book back in the day called Atomic Habits, and I thought about 70% of the book was fluff, but 30% was really good. What I pulled out of it is always find an anchor. The human brain likes progress. It likes to feel like we're completing and checking off something. So if you can add an anchor in your day that's low barrier, such as mine is drinking 16 ounces of water as soon as I wake up and then going for a walk. Find an anchor, a healthy anchor that you can, the people are in the comments are like, yeah, Atomic Habits, yes. Find an anchor in your day. This could be something like drinking water, going for a walk, going for a workout, walking your dog, saying something nice to your partner. Anything that's constructive. Start your day with that. When you wake up and you can immediately roll into that, the brain triggers progress and you're like, okay, cool. What's the next thing? And then you make these attachments to that anchor. So my morning routine is I wake up, I'll make my bed, I go downstairs, I drink 16 ounces of water. Immediately after that, I make some either tea or coffee. Immediately after that, I take my tea or coffee, I walk outside for about 30 to 45 minutes. After that, I come back, I get in my van and I drive to work. That happens every single morning. When I get this done, it sets me up for the entire day. So I'm not saying you have to wake up and run a marathon, but find an achievable task every single day that you can replicate and you can have as an anchor in your day, and it will set yourself up for the rest of the day.
No, it's, when you hear it out loud and someone's telling you this, it sounds so simple to be like, no, that makes perfect sense, right? It's so logical in that order to find simple wins throughout the day, on the first part of the day to get started. With your journey, what's next? Obviously, you've got the games, and you're still making content out there. You're still improving people's lives. You're still engaging with the military community. What's next for you, Austen? After this, or what's the next 2-year plan for you?
Well, I have several of them. I still want to be creating on YouTube. It's just fun. My team loves it. It allows me to travel out every around the entire world. With HybridCon Games, we're launching a new format next year. It'll be based on like a volume type of athlete. And with the product, we're creating some badass gear and equipment here in the United States to offer. Like, for example, a sandbag, perfect piece of fitness equipment. So these things are constantly on the roster, but I just want to stay in the space. I want to keep doing what I'm doing. It's a blessing. I tell myself every single day that if I can do this and actually make a living, then my life is complete. And I get emotional because I'm very blessed to do what I do every single day. I love it.
So I got to ask, because obviously there's folks on this call. I follow you. I watch your stuff. How do, if there's any volunteer opportunities with you to help you do what you do, how do they get involved in what you're doing?
Yes, I'm glad you asked. I just put one out this morning on the Instagram. Let's see. For HybridCon games this year, it's in West Virginia, Hurricane, West Virginia. And we take volunteers and judges every single year. I'll put a link here in the chat. It's hybridconx.com/support. If you come to the HybridCon games, either as a judge, a volunteer, or a spectator, you'll see the gravity of this competition. We have a lot of moving pieces. It's very well organized, and it's a we have a little hiccups now and then, but the HybridCon games is a movement of people, a movement of athletes, and it's a sight to see for sure. So that would be a volunteer opportunity. And you guys are more than welcome to send me an email or send me a message on Instagram. I left my Instagram in the chat. Like, I'd love to connect. Just let me know.
Yeah, I got to say, when I initially sent you an email, I was like, well, this might be a long shot to get Austen to respond, but I was thrilled to see your response and your commitment to come in and speak to this community, to pour back in to our transitioning service members who are leaving the military and getting involved in civilian careers. And I appreciate this opportunity as well. If anybody wants to take on this and go help support the games, I know in West Virginia, but what's looking back, obviously your transition is not normal. It's very unique to what you're doing and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But what is one thing looking back on your transition and just your military experience and the folks that you've been involved with? What's one piece of advice that you can tell these folks that are making their first connections in the civilian world, they're making their first steps out, that might give them a leg up?
For sure. And the one thing that I can think about is value yourself higher. When I was in the military, I was always shy to ask for something, or I was shy to advance or to ask for more responsibility or do a certain job. And that also relayed to the civilian world. I didn't shoot high enough. And now that I keep raising the bar, I would say if you guys are like, if you're getting out and you want a job in, IT, making 90 grand a year, shoot for 150. I mean, I would say shoot for as high as you can, because I didn't. I was like, okay, well, I can do this. And then I would achieve this. Well, I can do this. And I didn't shoot high enough. So shoot as high as you can, value yourself, hold yourself to a high standard. This is going to set you up. They always say, shoot for the moon. If you don't hit the moon, you'll land amongst the stars. I'm not saying it cringy like that, but it makes sense for sure. Aim for the bullseye. Aim for exactly what you want every single time. If I would have started that with Battle Bunker from the start, we would have been light years ahead.
No, I think that's amazing advice, Austen. And I want to give a chance for our students and our military members and I want to open it up to questions from everybody. So if you've got questions for Austen, just go ahead and click on the raise hand button. Love to call on you to ask your question.
Yes,
and I see Joe is the first person with their hand up. So go ahead, Joe.
What's up, Joe?
Hey, Austen. How quick on YouTube were you able to make it a living?
Is that Joe or Jesse?
Joe. Can you hear me?
Joe, you here?
One person. Can you hear Joe, Austin?
Yes,
Yeah,
I can hear Joe now.
You can hear me?
Wait, no, I can't.
Joe, go ahead and ask your question again.
I was gonna ask how quickly on YouTube were you able to have it as a career?
He asked Austin, so on YouTube, when you got started, how quickly were you able to scale that where it became your living? Like that's you basically your job, your income to sustain yourself.
I can actually show you. Can I do a screen share? This Zoom is kind of wonky. I'll actually show you. It wasn't quick, I can tell you that. Let me see. Lifetime. So the question is about revenue. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we got you.
I'm gonna do a screen share. And I'm just being transparent here. This is what's realistic and further on YouTube. If you look back April, well, let's go to revenue sake. If you go back to 2019, this is per day. $86. Here's $444, 73, 235. I would say at this point, I was still not making full-time income, but around July 2019, or maybe say August, I was making the daily, I was making pretty good money. I started this channel January 17th, 2017. So if you look, that's about my math's terrible. January 2017 to mid 2019. So about 2.5 years to get full time. Did everybody?
No, Austin, I appreciate that that transparency on that. I definitely think it answered Joe's question and probably answered a lot of questions in the community that probably had a similar, because obviously we're very familiar with YouTube and TikTok and seeing folks and military influencers. We're just influencers in general, and we always look at it as a distant thing, right? Maybe something that may not be achievable for most of us. And I appreciate your transparency on that and the time it took and the dedication it took for you to pour into to make it something that's going to be sustainable for you. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. I'm a very transparent person. I'm no BS. Anything you guys want to ask me, completely transparent about it, whether revenues, whether business models, whether anything. I love this. I love Q&As. It's one of my favorite things.
Well, I want to open up. Jesse, I see you got a question.
What's up, Jesse?
Hey, what's up, Austin? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit starstruck. I've been watching your videos for a while. I think they're super cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. So my question to you is a couple questions. What kind of advice do you have for somebody that's struggling maintaining a good diet? Like I have issues with I like to snack a lot. And so yeah, can you kind of talk about that?
Yeah, for sure. So snacks come down to cravings. It's like when you're thirsty, do you grab water or do you grab a beer or do you grab an energy drink? Since you know yourself best, I would say, what are your cravings? What kind of snacks do you like? And are you fulfilling an addiction or are you actually hungry? That's just the plainest way to put it. And if you are actually hungry, I have about 3 or 4 snacks that I could recommend that are so much healthier, such as beef jerky or cottage cheese, or maybe like a sourdough bread if you like carby stuff. I mean, it's a whole food, or ground beef chicken. A lot of times, if you go into the store, it's a pandemic in the food. There are 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 different ingredients that we don't even know. Bad fats, bad oils, that's the trap. So I would say when you're snacking, grab like 1 ingredient foods or 2 ingredient foods to keep it clean.
Cool. Thanks, man. And what's your favorite workout? Like do you like bench press, squat, power cleans?
I would say it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I love going for a long run. If I have ADHD a little bit, so my brain's like blah, blah, blah. When I go for a run, it helps me it soothes my thoughts. So if I'm having like a crazy day, I'll like to go for a run. If I'm frustrated about something or stressed, I will go for a lift. My favorite exercise is probably, something lifting heavy, squatting heavy, benching heavy, or deadlifting heavy.
Cool. Hey, thanks, man. And thank you for coming to talk to us. I can't believe it.
Of course, dude. Of course. Thanks for the questions.
Awesome, Jesse. I appreciate it. Paul, I see your hand raised. Go ahead, Paul.
Hey, thanks, guys. I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel. When I was stationed in Japan, I apprenticed doing some artistic woodworking. My questions were, what kind of length of videos do you suggest making at first? And what kind of equipment would you recommend? So I've got a GoPro, but it's a little bit difficult at the start.
So Austin, I don't know if you could hear him. He was asking, so when you first started and kind of picking your brain a little bit about your journey, he's looking at potentially starting his own YouTube channel and stuff like that. So what type of like videos did you start out with, or would you recommend starting out with? And I think, Paul, did you say woodworking? Is that correct?
Yeah, artistic woodworking.
Artistic woodworking. And then also the equipment that you may need to potentially pursue that.
Yes. I would say there's a bunch of woodworking channels out there, and this is a really good niche. People love the calming, and even I will watch them sometime because I like woodworking and I'm a dude. I like seeing stuff being built. So number one, I would say, and this is just professional advice here, I don't want you to purchase all the equipment if you can't be consistent with it. If you have already created 10 videos and you're looking to upgrade your equipment, that's good. If you're telling yourself that I need this equipment before I start, that's the wrong way to think about it. Take your iPhone or take your phone, create 10 videos with it, make it consistent. And when you've proven to yourself that you can be consistent with it, then invest in the gear. And you can use that as like a cherry. Like, okay, my goal is 10 videos. Austen said 10 videos with my iPhone. When I've created those, then I can allow myself to purchase the equipment. I see this all the time. People are like, I want to get into YouTube. They'll spend 12 grand on gear and they can't stay consistent and the gear collects dust. Number two, yes, the length of the video matters. I would say when you're first starting out, it's important for you to get high watch time so you can monetize, because we all like to get paid and would like to get paid from YouTube, right? Keep the videos at least 8 minutes long. No shorter than 8 minutes, no longer than 60 minutes. You can get away with a 45-minute video, especially if it's woodworking. The most important part on YouTube is the packaging. The packaging is the title and the thumbnail. So find a great title, and you can change the title out a little bit and test it if you want. And then create 3, 4, 5 different thumbnails, a clickable thumbnail. This is how people discover it, and it's how YouTube recommends the videos. More people click. I know that was a lot. I could do this all day, but my biggest advice to you, number one, make 10 videos with your phone before you buy equipment. And number two, keep the video length at least 8 minutes. Hope that helped.
Thank you so much for the information and tips. That goes a long way. I appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate that, Austin. Paul, great question, man. Great question. Nicholas, I see your hand raised. Go ahead, brother.
Hey, Austin, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Austin?
Austin, can you hear Nicholas at all?
I can't. I'm not sure why. Maybe
Go ahead, Nicholas. Go ahead and ask your question, and I'll relay it to Austin.
It's more to help him out, Matt, possibly. So I just left the recruiting service out of Hurricane. I was the boss there where he's doing his event. If you need some volunteers, I'd love to call some of my old troops and see if they could volunteer at his event that he's having there.
he said, so he was talking about, if you need any assistance or anything. Nicholas, honestly, go ahead and email him directly. He definitely will respond to if you've got if you want to help out in any way that what he's doing, go ahead and email him and he will definitely respond to you for sure. I apologize for some of the technical difficulties we're having, guys. Clarissa, I see your hand raised. Go ahead. Hey, great last name, by the way.
Thanks. Hi, Austin. Can you hear me?
Hello, Clarissa. Yes, I can.
Sweet. Well, thank you for speaking with us. I really appreciate it. I would see all your videos on my Facebook page a lot.
Thank you.
But my question is more on personal branding.
Mm-hmm.
What's something you've learned about building a personal brand that you wish you knew earlier?
Something that's important that I started out is being transparent, and that's being transparent about the good and being transparent about the bad. There's this thing called anti-marketing where companies will be like, hey, don't buy our product. If you don't want to lose weight, then don't buy it. It's kind of the same with being transparent. Like, I wake up some days and I feel tired and I feel stressed and I talk about it. I wake up some days and I feel incredible and I run 10 miles and I talk about it. Be as transparent as possible, obviously without being too transparent, but share the goods, share the bads, share your life and share your struggles. This is how people relate to you and bond with you. Something that I wish I would have known before creating a personal brand. I didn't approach it a certain way. I would just, this is a very in-depth question because I'm not going to say I started it perfect, but I think one thing that allowed me to grow a personal brand is just being a human and being transparent. And I see all the time creators will get on there and be like, oh, I ran a marathon today. I did a great workout. I'm hitting my goals. I'm hitting everything. Life is great. Life is good. I have all this. I have all this. My life is perfect. And I can't stand it. If someone's doing that, I will unfollow them. I follow humans, and people follow humans because they're human. So just remember to be transparent. Share the goods and the bads. And if you think that a topic is not worth creating about, I would say create it anyways. I talk about sandwiches. I talk about myself grilling. I talk about random stuff. The smallest thing could be interesting to someone else. So don't get caught up in analyzing what you put out. Remove the barrier of analysis and then just post it. And I'm talking about like stories and Instagram stuff. Obviously, YouTube is a lot more calculated and everything for us because we do challenge videos, but be super transparent. Be you on Instagram. Don't hold anything back.
Thank you so much.
Great question. Appreciate that response, Austin. And I know we got about 10 or so minutes left, and I got a couple hands up still. So Jamal, go ahead and answer your question, buddy.
Hey, firstly, thanks for coming on. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
Awesome. You are what I subscribe to be. You're a success. So that's pretty awesome. I love the background. It's so dope. So I'm starting a YouTube channel as well too. It's an animated podcast. And a couple of questions. I guess the first one would be, at what point did you start to see your channel start to get traction? And what do you think you started to do from a marketing perspective that ushered in that change?
I had a podcast back in the day, and it was a lot. It was super fun, but we had other ventures that take off, so I shied away from it. I'm going to give you the perfect roadmap, Jamal, to grow your podcast. And are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
taking
notes. Yeah.
Okay. How many episodes? We're going to do a real-time consultation here because I love doing this. How many episodes have you created so far?
4.
4. Are you launching this through a syndicator that syndicates through Spotify and Apple Podcast?
I will be. So the episodes is it's a fully animated podcast. So things like Boondocks meets Family Guy. So the main point is to be visual for like YouTube. And then I'll take the episodes and like just take the audio, put that on like Spotify and Apple. Right now, I'm just creating. I haven't released it in the podcast or any of the episodes yet. I'm just creating so that I have like a slot to be able to post consistently. Each episode is somewhere between 14 minutes to 20 minutes long, with a branch off of shorts being like 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay, cool. Nowadays, it's really easy to grow on YouTube. I'll just be honest, because of the rise of short form. When I started back in the day on YouTube, that's why it took me 2 years to do it full time, because we didn't have access to short form. It was all long form. So you had to be really good at the click-through rates and really good at the watch time. Here's what I would recommend for you to do.
Okay.
Go ahead. So you'll have 3 types of content from this. You'll have full long form video, which lives on the YouTube channel. You'll have short form clips, and you'll have audio only versions. Nowadays, for like Apple Podcast, audio only, and Deezer and Amazon Podcast, and like whatever podcast platform, decide on a syndicator. We use Buzzsprout. You can release the video and the audio through Buzzsprout. It syndicates it on Spotify and all the platforms that you need for the podcast, and use YouTube and other video platforms like Spotify obviously has music now, and also TikTok. You're going to use a platform called Opus. Drop your long form into Opus. It's going to break down and edit all your shorts for you, and you can go in there and just manually do it. And then when you post, it's going to launch it out on all your platforms. Make sure all your platforms have your link in the bio to the actual audio podcast as well. This creates a full circle. It goes hands off for you as far as the shorts editing. You'll still have to edit the long form, which obviously you're probably already doing that if it's an animated one. And you start launching these, one, maybe, I don't know what your plan is, once a month or something like that. But you create this full circle system that gets eyes, that gets viewership and downloads on your podcast. That way, in 3 months, you can pitch this to a sponsor and do it full time.
That I really appreciate it. If it's cool, I can reach out to you later in the future if I have any questions.
Yeah, of course, please. I dropped my email in there. I'll drop it in there again. I love helping veterans.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great advice there. Thank you so much.
Of course. I know I threw a lot at you, but top 2 action points: find a good syndicator. I recommend Buzzsprout. And I think it's like $8 a month, $12 a month with a pro plan. And then utilize short form for growth. Those 2 things can't go wrong.
And real quick, I know we have a lot of time. You say short form. Are you referring to, because the time that people are spending on social media varies per video. Some videos are 8 seconds, some videos are 15 seconds, some are 60 seconds, some are 2-3 minutes. When you say short form, specifically what lane are you looking at, Vertical platforms: YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Snapchat if you can access it, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels. They all have a separate short form algorithm. That's how they get people to scroll. And if your watch time is high enough, which on some of your videos they will be, they'll get thrown into that shorts algorithm. And that's how people discover when they're scrolling. So long form to me is horizontal video, and short form to me is vertical, that can be launched on these short form algorithms. Utilize the algorithms that the platforms have given you for short form, and you can't go wrong. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Matt, could you open up that door for the mail, please? Of course.
Appreciate it, Jesse. Go ahead, Austin. It sounds like you may have to bounce.
No. I'm good. Okay. The mail guy just came here to pick up orders.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Ashley. I see your hands raised.
Hi, sir. First of all, thank you for all the blessings that you're sharing here. Like, I know I've seen you online before. That's why I was like, oh my gosh, with the nice red hair, I know him. I like what you're sharing, because I had started a YouTube channel when I joined the Air Force back in 2020. I was an Army spouse, leaving the spouse life, joining, and like I have friends that are making like $5,000 a month on YouTube because they never stop posting videos. And like you coming on here today was encouraging, because I'm a talkative person. I love to engage with people and stuff. And like, you're just really inspirational. So I just wanted to tell you thank you, because I might jump back on mine and really get serious. the one thing that I struggle with is kind of like my niche, because I have like a lot of things that I'm interested in. And I know with YouTube, you got to kind of like narrow in what you want to discuss and what you want to talk about. So that's something I struggle with. So what would you kind of?
That's a common thing. It's called paralysis by analysis. It hinders your creativity and your well, maybe not your creativity, but it hinders your output. So I'm going to map it out for you right here. I'm a very visual person. So I'll just give you some
write it down.
So what are some things that you like, and what are some things that you possibly want to post about?
I love to encourage people.
Okay, so we'll put that in the encouragement box.
Okay.
What are some other things that you were thinking about posting about?
I love to talk about holistic wellness.
Okay, so we'll just put holistic wellness right here. All right.
Okay.
What's something else?
Another thing, faith.
Faith. Okay, perfect. All right, something else?
And my last thing would probably be family relationships.
Okay, so we'll just put FR right here.
Okay.
How many videos do you have on your YouTube channel?
Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, probably about 35, and they're probably horrible. I've had views though.
Okay. Well, they're not horrible because this is how you learn. You learn with every single video. So I would recommend going into the back end of your YouTube on desktop and just looking at your analytics and being like, oh, this video performed well. Maybe I should do more like this. But what I've drawn here for you is a way that you could think about this in your brain, and you could make a visual map too for yourself. So we got all these topics right here. Focus on creating 3 different ideas in each topic.
Okay.
And then just hone in. And after you've created, let's see, 2, 4, 6, another 8 videos, 2 on each topic, analyze the performance. And since you love all of this, but if you see that family relationships is performing well, then tap into this more. Do more of this. That's how I learned from my channel. I just posted topics that I liked. One was fitness, one was relationship, one was military, and people love the military just because there wasn't a lot of content on it. So I shifted focus to military, and then I baked in the fitness portion because I love fitness as well. So maybe after you've done this and you see that one of these topics is performing well, you can start adding a little bit of this into these videos so people really learn you and you define your personality. That's the process that I would use to find out what's actually working on YouTube, because I do this all the time. I'm like, I want to create a workout video. Oh, I want to create a training video, but I want to create a battle bus video, but I also need a photo post. It gets really overwhelming fast. I call these buckets. So just create buckets for your content, create content ideas in each bucket, and then continue posting, and then analyze, once or twice a month, analyze which. Correct.
Oh my gosh, well, sir, blessings to you. I subscribe to your channel too, and I'll be watching and liking and commenting. So
thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
Of course. Thank you very much. Good luck. You got this.
Ashley definitely has it. She is passionate for sure. Tyler, I see your hand. I see it. Go ahead.
Hi, Austin. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi. Thank you for coming. I've seen your videos like even 6 years ago, and it's really nice content. I appreciate you coming on here.
Thank you.
I had a few questions because I also have a YouTube myself, and it's slowly growing. But I wanted to know, at what point did you decide to get a team behind you, and how were you able to find your own team? And how do you reach out to sponsors, deals, and brands?
Great question. When I could afford to, I realized that the editing part was really slowing me down from creating other videos. So I found an editor on Upwork, and you can reach out on LinkedIn or fellow veterans that like to edit or whatever. I assume if you're doing your own editing, it's really time consuming.
It takes like a week.
Yeah. So imagine if you could take that, set it aside, put it on autopilot, pay someone for it, and you could spend time actually filming the videos and ideation. This is going to free up your time a lot. I only did this when I could afford. I reinvested back into the channel. It's not like when I was hitting $300 and $400 days, I wasn't going out and buying Lamborghinis. You could never tell I was earning this money, but I invested in an editor. I paid him $30 per video just because he was trying to get into editing. I taught him my style. We did meetings, and he's still with me 6 years later to this day. Every video that you see on YouTube is edited by him. So he's leveled up a ton. He's in After Effects, motion graphics, everything. So find someone that you vibe with and can actually learn from you. Copy and paste your editing style onto them. Pay them, I don't know, maybe it's 20 or 30, 40, $50 an hour. People love to have a mission. Give your mission to them, and they'll execute it for you.
Thank you. And at what point were you able to reach out, or how does the sponsorships and brand deals work for your channel?
For us, I'll drop a link to Opus in here for you guys. You can check it out. It frees up a lot of time, and it can actually save you a lot of money too. Brands are handled by an agency, but we do outreach as well. Remember, behind these brands are someone working that's an actual human. Reach out to them as a human. Be transparent, like I said earlier in this call. Hey, I'm doing this with my YouTube channel. I would love to achieve this with you guys. Let's work on a partnership deal where I make 1 or 2 videos with your product or service. If you like them, then we can go on a like a salary deal, or you can pay me as a creator. Right now, I'm editing my own videos, but I'm building a team of editors that can edit this for me. Just be transparent. These people are humans, and you'll be surprised at how many will take your story and be like, huh, okay, let's book a call. And they'll book a call with you. Next thing you know, you're going to find yourself on a call with a brand. 2 or 3 months later, they're going to say yes. You can get $500, $1,000 a month. It's very low commitment for these big brands. And that's how I would pitch it. Don't swing it too wide and reach out to like 80 brands, because you're going to get overwhelmed, because you're going to get responses and you're going to get confused. Like, which brand is this one? I would say pick 5 brands that you would like to work with and reach out to them right now. Tell them your story, tell them where you're going, tell them your goals, and tell them you would like to partner with them in the future. And you'd be surprised at how many brands reach back out and chat with you.
Thank you for that advice.
Of course, never undersell yourself. You know your real value. And I would say take that and 5x it. And I'm not talking about money. I'm just talking about like value that you can bring to the brand, and pitch that. Have confidence in yourself, and never back down.
Wow. That's amazing. No, great question. Absolutely great question. We got one more question for you, Austen. I want to respect your time as well. I know you're a busy man. Mike, I see you got your hand raised. Go ahead and ask your question.
All right, so this is a 2-part thing that really goes quick. The first part is if you could just give a quick explanation of how looping on your short form content impacts your revenue. And then second, and is really the question, like, how do you see the rise of faceless videos and the what AI tools are folks using to create? I know you use Opus for like the clipping and all that, but for the actual creation, how are you seeing that impact your space?
I wouldn't use any AI for voiceover or video creation on YouTube, because they recently demonetized this. YouTube does not pay any longer for AI created content. And if they find that you're checking this video is 100% created by a human, then they will wipe your channel clean. So you can definitely use AI for scripting and for working with editors, like tasking and stuff like that. But when it comes to faceless videos and voiceovers, it has to be a real human. It has to. YouTube is cracking down on this. When you're talking about looping short form, the most important metric on a short form video is watch time. If you can post a 1-minute video and people are watching on average 55 seconds of it, YouTube sees it in the algorithm. They're like, wow, people are watching this video. Let's promote it more. That's how we just had a short go to 24 million views a couple of weeks ago because of this. We used to loop, but now we do intro and outro. I think looping can also help as well, but you have to have a really good storyline and really good voiceover to carry this through. But looping is where you show the beginning of the video, you show what happens 2 or 3 seconds before that, and you add it to the end. So the video appears like a loop. So when the audience is watching, they're watching the entire story and they get to the end, it folds right into the intro again, which can bump up your watch time because users have a higher chance of watching this short like 1.5 times or 2 times if it's engaging enough. And that's where looping comes into play. So the watch time looks more like a circle instead of like A to B. We have a few looping shorts on a channel. I think one made it to like 16, 17 million views and a couple more 10, 11, 12 million views. But now we do more of A to B. We carry the audience through a journey through high quality voiceover and good storytelling. And then the satisfaction is right here. So just different approaches.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, I think we had one more question, but I think he put his hand down. But we're about to get started with this military influencers hiring career fair. Austen, thank you so much for coming in and speaking to our community. And
of course,
such valuable insights. I know so many of our students got so much value out of this, and I'd love to have you back. I'm going to send you an email. There's our CEO behind me. Thank you so much, Austen. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come in. And I hopefully you get some volunteers out there in West Virginia to help support you. We'll connect after this. I'd love to have you back at the academy to give more into these insights and pour back into our community.
Of course. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for the questions. If you guys need anything, drop my email in there as well.